Here we have the brand new 2022 LEGO Star Wars Snowtrooper Battle Pack. 105 pieces, ages 6 plus. So it includes 3 Snowtroopers and a Scout Trooper. And you have a snow mound here for your troopers to hide behind. You have a speeder bike and you have an E-Web blaster. So let's open this bad boy up and see what we got. There we go. His head was stuck inside the helmet. Alright, this is my first of such videos, so I'm trying to get the camera angle just right here. So just let me know in the comments if I need to adjust the angle or if this is good or not. I think this is a good angle. Not really going to see what's going on in the instructions here. Well, you can kind of see. Here, let's tilt it down a little bit. There we go. Give you a little bit of a view here. Maybe in future videos, maybe I'll do overhead shots, but this will work for now. So this is kind of my test video before I do bigger and better things. Alright. So he's got a little blaster. I don't know where that got to. So I'll just take my time here. Not gonna take too long, but This is more of an experimental video to get the technique right for recording. Alright, so the Scout Trooper gets a little blaster pistol. Kind of like how the pilots have in Star Wars Battlefront. Okay, so in the previous step, the Trooper's rifle is the long barrel one. And this guy gets a regular blaster. Alright. There's not much in this, pretty small builds, but and for $20 it's not terrible, but could be a little cheaper, maybe $15, $16. $16 would be reasonable for this. But of course, like everything, like with everything else, prices are going up. Inflation is causing $15 to $16 Lego sets to become $20. And maybe it'll go on sale eventually. That's what I'm hoping. I only got 2 of these for now to complement my AT-AT walker, mainly just because I wanted to fill up the speeder bike bays. Not so much the troopers yet. I'll do that eventually. You guys see right here, it's taking shape. Yeah, this is a pretty good angle. You can kind of see what's going on. Like I said, maybe the next video I'll try more of a bird's eye view. More of an overhead view, angled down. For starters, we'll try this out. Alright. Much identical to the snow speeders that are in the UCS AT-AT. Only they have the handlebars angled in on these rather than out, because you want the trooper to actually be able to grab onto them. So, I don't know if it was just a mistake on part of the instructions of the UCS AT-AT, or if they just kind of changed their minds on it. Maybe I'll display it right there as I'm grabbing pieces. How's that work? And you can see the progress so far. Alright. You know, there are people that do hundreds of these kinds of videos. So they have all that experience. I have a lot of experience building, but not so much recording. As part of the experience of recording while building is keeping the audience in mind. You're doing it for the viewers, so you want them to have a nice view of what's going on. So I have to be mindful of that. I'm sure as time goes on, as I do more and more of these videos, I'll get better and better at the camera aspect of things. The recording. Speeder bikes have come a long way since very early ones. Much smaller now and much more intricate than they used to be. Because I remember some of those early ones, they used those big minifigure ski pieces on the bottom. They were much bulkier in the past, not quite as detailed though. So they've come a long way with the detail on these things. Lego in general has come a long way. Since I first started building as a kid, there's just so many new parts. I'm trying to angle this so the audience can see what I'm doing. That's the tricky part. It's getting down that muscle memory where I'm building for the audience and not building for me. You can see the speeder bike's almost finished. That. And despite the price, honestly, if you want my honest opinion, despite the $20 price, I'd say it's worth it just because of the level of detail on these things. Just the sheer quality of it. I mean, I'm a big fan of small but detailed builds. I like detail. More detail the better. Because I build a lot of mocks. In building those mocks, I spend a lot of time looking at references of the actual vehicles. You know, going on Wikipedia and looking at the ILM models and stuff like that. How's he? Oh, he stands. What am I doing? Actually, they should do that weird position where they're kind of hunched forward. At least in Return of the Jedi, it's like that. I don't know if the Hoth speeder bikes are any different. I'd imagine they're the same, or at least a similar model, just colored differently for the terrain. So it'd be interesting to see if we get an update for the Endor speeder bikes in the future. So yeah, that's done. We got the Scout Trooper on it. Set this to the side. Now we're gonna build the E-Web Blaster. I see. Can't remember how exactly this goes. Oh, I think you just press this right down in. I don't want to break anything. Yeah, just like that. Did I have that on backwards? I don't know. I don't use these things normally. Let's see if I got that right. This is a different kind of stud shooter here. You put these things in. Let me try to figure this one out. It's going sideways. I don't even know. This is a very curious mechanism here. Ah, yeah, it goes in sideways. And then it just... Okay. It's a bit different than the previous stud shooters where you just stick the stud in like that. This, you stick it in sideways. Alright. So bear that in mind. That this little flipper thing goes like that for when you build it. And that the studs go in on their sides. It'll save a lot of hassle and possibly broken parts. Because the last thing you want to do is break your new shiny new stud shooter. Alright. So we're gonna make the tripod for the E-Web Blaster. Some nifty parts here. There we go. Look at that. So we'll load it up. Just set this to the side. I skipped ahead a little bit there. Little piece of dirt stuck on here. I should have cleaned my desk before I did this. Doesn't look like that's gonna come off. Hold on a second. Just use something to get this little piece of dirt off of here. Or was that already on the part? I don't know, but my OCD isn't gonna allow this thing to remain. Ah. There we go. Got it. Yeah, I'm gonna clean my desk before I do my next video. I'm just taking my time with this one, just to get the recording down. There's no rush. A lot of spare parts of this. So here's the spare parts. It's all done, by the way. So yeah. So you can have your sniper hide behind the mound here. Get these instructions out of the way. Get a closer view of this. Alright. I love this speeder bike. It's a very nice build. Everything about this is nice. Just a very, very high quality $20 set. 100% worth it. Even if you don't have the UCS added, I would still recommend picking up one or two of these to complement. It definitely complements the ATSD nicely. So yeah, here's the final result. Got your speeder bike, E-Web Blaster, Snow Mound, 3 Snowtroopers, and Biker Scout. Or Scout Trooper. So I'm gonna move these to the side. Here's the spare parts, just in case anyone's wondering. You have 3 1x1 round studs in transparent red, 2 1x1 round studs in white, 2 dark bluish gray cheese slopes. You got this, what do they call these? These are old pieces. They used to be, faucets. I guess they just, the Bricklink name for it was tap. So they used to be used as faucets, and they used to actually have a little hole in the front. The older pieces did, but they got rid of that because they realized that they had more value as a generic part for generic use rather than their original intended purpose. Spare black lightsaber hilt, which is just the cannon on the E-Web blaster. Spare one of these one by one round plates with a bar. Spare pneumatic T connector, bar, T-bar, whatever you want to call it. I don't remember what the Bricklink ID name is, but black battle droid arm and stud shooter handle. These are the spares. Alright. Hey, thanks for watching. And I will be sure to come out with more videos in the near future.